There's a big terror attack going on in Pathankot in Punjab. The terrorists attack Indian Air Force base in Pathankot at 3 in the morning, triggering an encounter that's still going on. About 7 terrorists are believed to be involved in this attack. 4 of them have been killed. 2 Jawans have also been martyred and 6 Air Force personnel have been injured in this attack. The terrorists have not managed to reach the technical area of the base where fighter jets are placed. Sources say the terrorists' main aim was to destroy the fighter jets. Firing is still going on, though the intensity has decreased. Army Special Forces have taken over the operation. Home Ministry and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval are monitoring the situation. In fact, NSA Ajit Doval is meeting officials of IB and RAW, Vice Chief of Air and other top security officials. Sources say these are the same terrorists who abducted Gurdaspur SP. Terrorists did not know that the person that they have kidnapped was a senior police official. Security agencies have in fact informed India today that these could be Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists. Sources say the attackers in fact may have infiltrated 2 to 3 days back from Pakistan. Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant live from the newsroom with me for more on this story. Gaurav, the number of terrorists, those who have sneaked in, now pegged at 7. The main aim was to attack the jets that was at the technical area. It seems to be the similar modus operandi that Pakistan's terrorists used in fact, Pakistan when they attacked the Navy installation PNS Mehran, in which they destroyed the Pakistani jets.
Spot on there. Terrorists have used this in the past in Pakistan. Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar is the hybrid terror group that we're being told was behind this, is responsible for this terror attack. What we're also being told is that 4 terrorists have been eliminated. There still could be 2 or more than 2 out there. As of now, there is no firing, but this could well be a terrorist trap to lure the security forces closer and then go in for the kill, as has happened earlier in Jammu and Kashmir. So as of now, security forces are moving forward, is what my sources are telling me, with utmost caution. The special forces have taken over the operation. It started around 3 in the morning when you had these terrorists who hurled grenades and entered the Indian Air Force base at Pathankot. Their aim, as you rightly pointed out, was to destroy as many aircraft and helicopters as possible, destroy air assets of the Indian Air Force at the Pathankot Air Base. Now, there was an alert already, and what my sources are telling me, the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval had that's why ordered both NSG and the army to be deployed around these sensitive locations after the the DSP, after the SP's vehicle was waylaid and after he was kidnapped by men in military fatigues. There was some inkling that these terrorists could strike at the Pathankot Air Base, and that is why the security was on a state of high alert. But it suddenly happened at around 3 in the morning, and the kind of details the terrorists had is amazing. Just before shift change is where they struck, Ankit.
Gaurav, this also brings us to the discussion that we were having earlier. There have been almost on every alternate day now ISI-backed moles from those who have been employed or were former members of the security forces, those who have been arrested in the country. Do we see some sort of a support or some sort of a surveillance that may have been done by many of these, because few of them have been arrested in Punjab, and for an attack like this it requires massive information and also recce of the area before it could be attacked by the foot soldiers.
Spot on there, Ankit. We've had a series of arrests. In fact, there was LSC Ranjit KK, an Indian Air Force personnel who was arrested, a serving IAF personnel who was arrested from the Bhatinda Air Base just 2 days ago. Now, some of the information that was compromised was pertaining to the Bhatinda Air Base, but some other information could have pertained to Pathankot and several other bases where he was deployed earlier. He and some others who are now under surveillance. Before that, there were 2 arrests that took place in Rajasthan near the where they were giving information about the Mahajan field firing range. Before that, there were 2 arrests, one in Uttar Pradesh, one in Bengal, and before that, one in Hyderabad. So a series of arrests of ISI moles, ex-servicemen or serving personnel below officer rank who were giving information. Like in Ranjit's case, he was passing on information to a British accent, a woman speaking with a British accent. He thought she was a journalist. Apparently, she was a Pakistan ISI mole. Whether he was compromised and then was giving more information, that is a matter of investigation. But all these dots are now being connected, and there was fear of a major terror attack around New Year's time, and that is why this alert was in place. Unfortunately, the terrorists succeeded. We've had 2 fatal casualties, 2 DSC personnel martyred, 4 terrorists killed, but the encounter is still on, Ankit.
Gonna stay on with me. We're just getting some reaction from the officials on the ground. Let me go across back to Gaurav Sawant, who is joining us from the newsroom. Gaurav, of course, the operation is still going on, and the post-mortem, of course, will be done a little later. But a quick word about how this puts the Prime Minister's office, the Prime Minister himself, vis-a-vis the relations with Pakistan. He has been very proactive, and a lot of people have been talking about the hot and cold approach the Prime Minister has taken with Pakistan.
Spot on there, Ankit. In fact, P. Chidambaram, Congress leader, he went to the extent of saying that the Prime Minister is very impulsive in dealing with Pakistan. Now, the Congress is of the opinion that there should be a sustained dialogue with Pakistan, but shouldn't be impulsive, a spur-of-the-moment decision like dropping in at Lahore for Nawaz Sharif's granddaughter's wedding and wishing him on his birthday. Now, what security community feels that the dialogue process should not be uninterrupted and uninterruptible despite terror, because it's not just India's responsibility to ensure that dialogue process is on. It is equally Pakistan's responsibility to ensure that the dialogue process is on, and for that Pakistan should also take steps against India-centric terror. Now, since 26/11, we've seen that Pakistan has done nothing to address India-centric terror. So there should be, in case India wants to normalize relations with Pakistan, there can be an incremental increase in dialogue process, and not either we don't talk at all or we open our home and hearts to you, because Pakistan-sponsored terror continues not only unchecked, but it appears to be intensifying. Udhampur, Gurdaspur, Mumbai, Pune, post 26/11, there have been a series of terror attacks, not just in J&K, but now slowly expanding to Punjab, and that is a big threat, Ankit.
Gaurav, this, of course, is going to put the Prime Minister under pressure himself. He is trying to go forward. The kind of gestures that he had made towards the Pakistani Prime Minister, as you were pointing out, and the surprise visit to Lahore. But then that is followed by this terror attack on the Air Force base in Pathankot. The Prime Minister previously has taken a very stern view of such attacks. There were absolutely no talks. There was cancellation of the national security level, advisor level talks. Now, how does the Prime Minister go ahead?
And this is something that the Prime Minister will have to explain, because when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, he had made it very clear कि गोलीबारी के बीच बातचीत सुनाई नहीं देती. So is there a change in that stance? And that would really, in the opinion of several security analysts, that would weaken India's position, because that would actually be a victory of forces that are hostile. Would that be the case? We still have to hear from the Prime Minister's office. But the bifurcation of dialogue, one at the level of the NSAs and the second at the level of the foreign secretaries, and what is now being called the new composite dialogue process, the foreign secretary, the water secretaries, the defense secretaries at their level, and of course the NSAs on counter-terror and J&K. Now that remains the second channel of talks. Will it continue the way it was despite this? Well, the Prime Minister will be in the opposition's line of fire and will have some explaining to do, Ankit.
Gaurav, a quick word about this terror attack and the terrorists, those who are taking part in this. They seem to be highly motivated, highly trained, carrying sophisticated weapons. You also said that they are firing with military discipline. What does it tell you about the kind of training that they have got And of course, Pakistan's notorious spy agency backed terror groups, which are in fact known for making such fidains.
You know, that's a very pertinent question that you've posed. As far as their firing is concerned, the manner in which they crossed the LC, there were two levels of infiltrations that we've noticed, or violations of the international border. One is in the case of that Udhampur terrorist Naved, who just didn't know how to fire the first burst, and he gave up his weapons and he was arrested by the Village Defence Committee and handed over to the police. Similarly, a similar attack in Kashmir, where the Pakistani terrorist just gave himself up. So those are chaps who are just given some kind of little training and sent across. In this case, whether it was Gurdaspur, whether it was 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, or the current case in Pathankot, these terrorists, according to my sources, they are firing with military discipline, which means they are not firing indiscriminately. When fire comes, they fire back, and it's a controlled engagement of the security forces. They are not wasting ammunition. They fired grenades for effect, entered the base. Then is where their plan apparently did not succeed, because the army was already present. They wanted to head towards the hangars, the runway, destroy the aircraft and the helicopters that are deployed there. But unfortunately for the terrorists, they could not. Unfortunately for the Indian state, they failed. And that is where they split into groups, went towards the residential area. 4 terrorists are now killed, apparently 2 or 2 plus still there engaging the security forces, or at least the security forces are now moving forward with caution so that they don't buy any casualties as they neutralize these terrorists.
Got to stay on with me. We are getting breaking news on this terror attack. In fact, the latest that we are getting now is that NSG commandos have landed inside the air base. Now, NSG commandos are now taking part in this active operation. Let me go across to my colleague Ashwini, who is on the phone line for more on this. Ashwini, please bring us up to speed with your piece of information. NSG commandos are now inside and active in this operation.
चल रहा है अंदर, उसके बाहर खड़े हैं यहाँ के जो विधायक है अश्विनी शर्मा है, जो कि यहाँ के पूरा जायजा लेने आए हैं। उनसे पूछते हैं कि क्या इनपुट्स उनके पास आ रहे हैं। अश्विनी जी, क्या इनपुट्स आपके पास आ रहे हैं?
ऐसा कि ये लगभग सुबह 4 बजे के बाद इनकाउंटर आपस में शुरू हुआ है इनका, और अभी तक जो जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है 2 लोगों को मार गिराया गया और कुछ लोग अपनी ओर से भी जो है वो जख्मी हुए हैं। लेकिन जो प्रशासन का कहना है, जहाँ अंदर से जो जानकारियां प्राप्त हो रही हैं, जल्दी ही बचे हुए आतंकवादियों को भी मार गिराया जाएगा और 4 और 5 की संख्या उनकी हो सकती है, ऐसा अंदाजा।
तो आपको जो कल इनपुट आया था, अगर कल इस पर काम किया जाता, एसपी शैलविंदर सिंह जिस तरह से किडनैप हुए थे और ड्राइवर को मार दिया गया था, आपको लगता नहीं उसके बाद अलर्ट था, उसके बावजूद भी ये कामयाब हो पाए?
ऐसा है कि उस घटना के बाद पुलिस पूरी तरह से जागरूक थी और कल सारा दिन आईजी स्तर के अफसर भी यहाँ पर मौजूद थे और उन्होंने पूरा सर्च ऑपरेशन शुरू किया हुआ था। लेकिन क्योंकि ये गांव का एरिया है और साथ में चक्की लगती है, बहुत बड़ा एरिया बनता है, तो और साथ में मुझे ये लगता है कि इस समय हमारा सबका ध्यान इस बात पे होना चाहिए कि जो हमला हुआ है उसको नाकाम किया जाए और पूरी तरह से उनको मार गिराया जाए। इस विषय पर बाद में भी चर्चा भी हो सकती है और इसकी समीक्षा भी की जा सकती है।
अश्विनी जी, कितना जिस तरह से खबरें आ रही हैं, 4 से 6 आतंकवादी 2 ग्रुप में बढ़ गए थे। एक उन्होंने टेक्निकल एयरपोर्ट पर अटैक करने की कोशिश की, दूसरा जो रेजिडेंटल एरिया में।
ऐसा है कि ये जानकारी तो ऑपरेशन खत्म होने के बाद ही प्राप्त होगी, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ा स्टेशन है और वो लोग एक कॉर्नर से एंटर किए हैं और वहाँ जंगल जैसा वातावरण रहता है, पूरा बड़े बड़े पेड़ हैं, बड़ी बड़ी घास है। तो मैं तो इस बात को जो मेरे को जानकारी है उतनी ही दे सकता हूं, और मेरे पास जानकारी है कि 2 लोगों को मार गिराया गया, कुछ अपने लोग भी जख्मी हुए हैं और बहुत जल्दी जो बचे हुए आतंकवादी हैं उनको मार गिराया जाएगा।
जी, साफ जाहिर है कि ऑपरेशन जारी है। अभी तक 2 आतंकवादी मारे जा चुके हैं। 4 से 5 आतंकवादी कहने की जो अभी विधायक बोल रहे हैं, उसके बाद ही जैसे न्यूट्रल होगा उसके बाद देखा जाएगा कि कितने आतंकवादी थे। अश्विनी कुमार, पठानकोट, आज तक।
Let me go across to Ashwini Kumar. In fact, Ashwini, you had just sent us information that the NSG teams have now landed inside and they are actively taking part in this operation. Ashwini? Okay, so we'll try and reconnect with Ashwini Kumar, but the information that we are getting as of now, NSG commandos have been pressed into action after the abduction of the SP, and the information that was coming in already, NSG team was sent here. Let's just quickly now take you through the latest ground report sent by our reporters.
मैं इस वक्त पठानकोट के एयरफोर्स स्टेशन के बाद आपने देखा कि ये पूरा इलाका जो है सील कर दिया गया है। एयरफोर्स के कमांडो और आर्मी के कमांडो जो है ये बुलेट प्रूफ गाड़ी जो है ऑपरेशन के लिए अंदर जा रही है, क्योंकि अंदर जो है आतंकवादी अभी तक लगातार हमला कर रहे हैं। उनको न्यूट्रल करने के लिए जो है एयरफोर्स के जो लोग हैं और आर्मी के कमांडो पूरे यहाँ तैनात कर दिया गया है और उनको जल्द से जल्द न्यूट्रल करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, क्योंकि कुछ लोग अभी भी जख्मी अंदर पड़े हुए हैं। उनको बाहर निकालने के लिए जो है अभी जो गाड़ियां अंदर भेजी जा चुकी है कि कम से कम उनको बाहर निकाला जा सके, और आतंकवादियों को न्यूट्रल करने के लिए जो है और फोर्सेस और कमांडो भेजे जा चुके हैं। और लगातार पाकिस्तानी जो आतंकवादी हैं जिनका गुट जो 4 से 5 बताया जा रहा है, जो कि अभी यहाँ से बताया है कि 4 से 5 आतंकवादी हो सकते हैं और 2 गुट में वो अंदर क्रॉस किए थे, उनको न्यूट्रल करने के लिए पूरी कोशिश की जा रही है। अश्विनी कुमार, पठानकोट।
Gaurav Sawant live with me from the newsroom. Gaurav, Ashwini in fact had sent this information that NSG teams have now landed inside and they are actively taking part in the operation.
At this point of time, since these terrorists are at multiple locations, or that was what the initial fear was, whatever resources are there, they are being deployed. Whatever resources would be all the resources are at the command of the brigade commander Pathankot. He is the chief coordinator of these operations. So he has the police teams, he has the army special forces, he has the NSG teams. Whatever he may deem fit on ground, he may deploy in whichever area. Now this is a vast expanse. If you look at the Pathankot air base, it's a vast area. These terrorists, they entered from what was a densely wooded area. From there they entered the airbase. They apparently had some kind of information and layout. How did they have that layout will become clearer with time. With this layout, they apparently tried to split into 2 teams. But since the security forces were alert, since they knew of the breach, they were engaged immediately. Reinforcements were sent in immediately. As of now, the latest information that I picked up just a couple of minutes ago was that as of now, there is no firing. So are all terrorists dead? Or are some terrorists lying in wait, to draw in security forces and then engage them and inflict more casualties? That remains to be seen. But the operation hasn't been declared closed. High alert, yes, but no firing just now.
Gaurav, okay, we are getting in fact our latest report. Let's just quickly go through that.
That immediately they can attack going inside. You can see they are fully trained commando, so that the terrorists can be immediately neutralized inside the base camp army gas camp. More additional forces has been rushed inside the army area. This is the Air Force station, and more commandos have been put on the alert. And you can see the trucks are also coming, and these commandos, they are going inside the Gorkha Regiment 3GR. They are going inside the Air Force station so that the terrorists can be neutralized immediately. They have a fully automatic weapons, and after seeing the firepower from the terrorist side, now the army has prepared a full plan to neutralize these terrorists inside the Air Force camp. And the more and more additional forces have been rushed inside the Air Force station so that the terrorists can be neutralized. You can see this is a Gorkha GR battalion, and they are going to kill the terrorists inside the Air Force station. And most of these people, they are commando in killing, they're neutralizing the terrorists, and so they have been called from the Mamoon area of Pathankot so that the army can neutralize these things. Some of this medical team has also reached here. They are also going inside the army, this Air Force station, so that they can be neutralized immediately. And more and more forces have been rushed inside the Air Force station so that the terrorists should not kill more people. Ashwini Kumar for India Today in Pathankot.
Shiv Arur also joining us on this broadcast for more. Shiv, what are your sources telling you about the latest in this terror attack?
Ankit, what we do understand is that this could be the last phase of this particular encounter. First of all, a very, very alarming situation given the existing high alert that already existed across all establishments in J&K and Punjab after an intelligence bureau alert of November the 27th regarding the possibility of precisely this kind of attack in military areas, which had also listed Pathankot. Now, the situation as we know it right now, and as we've been reporting first here on India Today, is that for
Shiv, I request you to stay on. We are getting a reaction from a police official on the ground.
कैजुअलिटी वगैरह उसके बारे में पूरा कह नहीं सकते कि जो अंदर का सिस्टम है वो सब सिर्फ सीनियर ऑफिसर वहीं बैठे हुए बता सकते।
सुरेंद्र जी, जो खबर आई थी उसके बाद कितना हाई अलर्ट कल से आपने पठानकोट या आसपास के इलाके में किया था?
नहीं सर, हमने तो पूरा शहर जो है ना पूरे ऑल ओवर पूरा कॉर्डन किया हुआ है, एवरी पॉइंट।
जी, साफ जाहिर है कि पुलिस और जो सुरक्षा एजेंसी है सब अलर्ट थी, क्योंकि कल जो है एसपी के किडनैपिंग के बाद जो है पूरा वहां पर अलर्ट कर दिया गया था। उसकी वजह से जो है अभी तक जल्द से जल्द जो है आतंकवादी को न्यूट्रलाइज किया जा सका है। अश्विनी कुमार।
Okay, we are slipping into a very short break, but I'll request Shiv Arur and Gaurav Sawant to stay on with us. Just after the break, we'll get you the latest on this and a perspective from editor Shiv Arur and our strategic affairs editor Gaurav Sawant.